Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and today we are going to dive into a cooler overview. This deck only seemed to get two, days of coverage, but that's actually because the deck in general has had, a leader. It's had support in not one, not two, but three different colors, some multicolored support. So we're at a point where the deck doesn't necessarily need to have a gajillion cards. It just needs some solid focal points to base the archetype that is already, or to refocus the archetype that has already been around. So yeah, there is that. Now, I do want to say before we jump into it, as per usual, if you like the content, or you have been watching for a little bit and you're like, you know what, maybe today's the day, you should go down there, press that subscribe button, hit the notification button so you always know when we're coming up with new videos, and like and comment on the video so it helps trends, and I also can see your feedback on both the cards and my content. Past that, if you haven't been to the official Facebook group for this card game, you should. You definitely should. It's where we're getting the very spoilers that you're looking at right now. Past that, we've got the unofficial discussion group, you've got the unofficial Reddit, you've got my own Discord. Links to all those will be in the description. You can check out my partial sponsor and friend TCGMetalZ. He is always cooking up great stuff. He's gonna have a ball field day with this new set. And we are going away with the code. We are no longer using the code UNIX, but there's going to be a link that you can only find on my videos. You can go in the description and find it's actually there right now, and using that link will get you a discount on your total order so that you can bling out your deck with metal cards swagginess while still kind of getting a nice little discount from me to you. Last but not least, I do have more places in the Universe X stratosphere, and that will be UniXDB, where I play Dragon Ball related games. We're going to be doing some Cell Saga summons on Dokkan later this week, and then you've also got UniX Gacha, where I play animated games in general. Let me know in the comments if you are a Black Clover fan, because I'm kind of looking at that game and I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but we might dive into the anime, we might dive into the game, so just let me know. Now that we're past that, we're going to jump and put the template up, and then we're going to just talk about this. So right now you've got the Metal Cooler Leader. Auto, when this card is placed in your A-Leader area, activate up to one big Gete Star Nightmarish regeneration from your deck. Auto Burst 2, add one card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, play up to one infinite multiplication Metal Cooler from your deck, and then shuffle your deck. Awaken. When your life is at 4 or less, you may draw one card, then play up to one infinite multiplication Metal Cooler from your drop area, then flip this card over. Interesting. Let's go to the back side and read before we evaluate, as per usual. Permanent, when there are 20 or more infinite multiplication Metal Coolers in your energy area, battle area, or drop area. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, this card gains plus 5,000 power. Then, when this card attacks, draw one card and play up to one infinite multiplication Metal Cooler from your deck, then shuffle your deck. Alright, I already have words on this. On the front side, you start off with the field card. So, of course, we're automatically going to have to see the field card in order to understand how strong this setup can be. The Burst 2 is nice. I don't like bursting, but in this deck, you're going to want to put these Metal Coolers in the grave so you can recur them. So the bursting is nice. And then you have to be at 4 or less life, but you're adding your life to your hand. So in some cases, you're going to be able to be awakened, just 4 turns in. It's probably going to be more likely than that, because you're probably going to have cards you can play that are going to take your life, but you're also going to have your opponent that may put a couple of cards or a couple of swings towards your face, especially if you don't give them other targets. Then you're awakened. You can draw a card and you play another 15k body. I would rather have the energy, but it is what it is. It fits the theme. Now on his back, it's really cool because I'm trying to wonder how many Metal Coolers we're going to play in this. Will it be 25? Will it be strictly half your deck? We got to see. But the cool part about this is knowing that you can be a 20k leader. Now granted, you might not even use this effect a lot. Like maybe you only run 15 Metal Cooler cards, and if that's the case, I'm not going to ever get this effect off, but it's cool that it's there just in case. You burst a lot, so maybe you'll play a mill, or maybe you'll play a thicker deck, maybe closer to 60, and maybe this will be easier to get off, but we'll see. When this card attacks, draw one card, and you play up to one infinite multiplication Metal Cooler from your deck. I like how it's coming from your deck, and that incentivizes you to play more cards and play more of them in deck, because it's not like you're doing it from the grave, which is a blessing and a curse, because people can interact with your grave, they can't interact with your deck. So I think this is pretty cool. Next, we're going to move on to Metal Cooler Multiplying Threat, 1-drop, and there it is, right then and there. Add one card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, play up to one infinite multiplication Metal Cooler from them in rest mode, shuffle your deck, and this card gains plus 10,000. So he's going to be a 15k swinger, and he's going to play a 15k body from your deck. I think that's actually pretty cool. Wish it came in a not rest mode, but I have to think that would actually be stupid. Like if on turn 1 you'd be like swing with leader, burst 2, attempt to play a meta cooler from my deck. Cool, right? Yeah. Then I get to swing with my 1-drop, take a life, so I've already taken 2 life this turn, and then I'll play another one from the deck, and then I'll swing on you for 15. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that would be stupid. I would go second, and you be on 1 energy. I guess we can get you 3 times for 15k. That would be a little ignorant. So also, please take note on how spherical this man's head is. 1 second, my cat is actually on my green screen. I need to stop it. There we go. But yeah. It would be kind of wild if you could get that amount of aggression off in this. But yeah, look at his head. His head is so round and spherical. It's like pleasing. We're gonna go over to the next one. You got a vanilla here, Cyclopean Guard. It's vanilla, whatever. It's just a vanilla 10k. Next, we are on to Infinite Multiplication Meta Cooler. Permanent, you can include as many copies of this card in your deck as you'd like. This is a like normal archetype. This is when he comes up and you're like, oh, there's 3 of them, and then the rest of the horde comes up and you're like, ah, there's more of them. So this is pretty cool. But the funny thing about this one is now you got it in yellow too, Infinite Multiplication Meta Cooler, because before it was only in yellow. Now it's in green and yellow. You got the horde here, and it's a different card number, but it's also going to be the same name, and you can include as many cards of this color. That's tight. But last but not least, you got Infinite Multiplication Meta Cooler, and it is red. So this is finally kind of trying to bridge the red pieces that came out. And one of those red cards is actually really, really good. The other one is like pretty solid, but you'd have to probably try to work on it a little bit. But I'm digging this. I'm actually digging the ability to have these 3 in whatever color you choose, because it's going to open up options for splashes, and I think that's very important. The next card we have here is Cyclopean Guard, mass production model. This is the exact same card that was released back when we had the original yellow meta cooler. It's just a free blocker that can be played when you have a big Gete Star out. Next, you've got this multicolored meta cooler core energy source. And yeah, it's a 2-drop energy exhaust blocker. When this card in your hand is played or used in a combo, play up to 1 Infinite Multiplication Cooler from your deck in rest mode and shuffle your deck. So this is pretty cool. You can tap 2 to essentially play 2 15Ks, which seems very, very low. However, the better part about this is when your opponent swings at you for neutral and you combo out of it by tapping 1 and playing this, and you add another 15K to your board. And then you're just gonna be like, cool. Like, it's value. It just reminds me of the blocker negates, or the battle combo into play negates, except that you don't gain 10k on this one. You play from the deck, which is less combo power, but thinning is also often considered winning. The next card, you got the SR of the set. This is Meta Cooler Enhanced Menace. Energy Exhaust blocker. If you have a Meta Cooler in play, negate this card's energy exhaust in all areas. This is very, very strong, because Meta Cooler card in play also counts your leader. And so you can just play this guy as a charge, and that's amazing to set up your green and yellow energy with that. You might even put 2 of them in there. But auto, when this card is played from your hand, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, play up to 3 Infinite Multiplication Meta Coolers amongst them in rest mode and shuffle your deck. That's a very, very powerful effect. So for 2, you can literally add 4 or 3 bodies to your board. They're all 15Ks. That's 15k combo power when they untap. That's 3 neutral swings on an awakened leader. This card's actually gassed, and I like it very much so. Next, we've got Meta Cooler Newfound Foe. Energy Exhaust Successor. We're starting to see Successor in here, and that's also pretty shway. Successor for 1 green. Activate main, limit 1. If your leader card is a Meta Cooler card and you discard this card and 1 Meta Cooler card from your hand, leave the top 7 cards from your deck, add up to 2 Meta Cooler or Meta Cooler core cards from them to your hand, shuffle your deck. Activate main, limit 1, choose up to 2 Meta Cooler cards in your battle area, and they gain plus 5k power. So, it's pretty interesting. Successor for 4 is good, because essentially you're just going to put 2 of your 2-drops in the grave, in the drop zone, and you're just going to play this bad boy. And he's only 15, but every turn he can just boost 2 Meta Cooler cards, and that's actually really, really, really cool. Moving on, right? We are going to check out the next card, and that's Meta Cooler Core, the Collective. Now, we saw this in the designer notes, but this is the successor, the big successor. Energy Exhaust, successor, green, yellow, 1. Permanent Meta Cooler cards in your battle area gain blocker, and that's huge for protecting your life. Auto, when you use this card's successor skill, place up to 4 more battle, or to place up to 4 more battle cards in the drop area, play up to 4 infinite multiplication meta coolers from your deck and or drop area, and shuffle your deck if you look through it. So this is absolutely crazy because for 3 energy, you're gonna play a 35k, and the 35k is gonna give all of your bodies blocker, but it's also going to play 4 more bodies not in rest mode. Yeah, this is actually a boss card. I'm sad it's only a rare because this could have been the SR, but it's cool that the SR can be charged. It's cool that the SR can just play bodies, but this is the definitive boss card right now. Now next you got a Hopeless Sight. This is kind of the meme card, but it's wonderful too. Counterattack, negate the attack. Additionally, you may discard 1 card from your hand. If you do, play up to 1 infinite meta cooler from your drop area. So you can pay 1 and discard a card to play a card. And if that card is the meta cooler, then you just do that. You discard a meta cooler, play a meta cooler. And I think that's neat. Now the next part though is activate main. Red, green, yellow 2. If your leader card is a metal cooler core card, play up to 100 infinite meta cooler cards from your drop area. That's a meme because you can't even play 100 in your deck, but like the Gotenks could bounce 100 cards, so it's funny. That blue Gotenks from forever ago. But this card is going to allow you to have an alternative win con. Now granted, I want people to understand and not be confused. You have to pay the 1 to activate this card, but you have to pay the 4 to use the activate main. And that's if your leader card is a meta cooler core card, play up to 100 multiplication. So that's cool. So it says meta cooler core, right? Which I do believe means you have to awaken. Yeah, so you have to awaken and use that back into the card, but if you're at 5 energy and you haven't awakened yet, I don't know what you're doing, but that's pretty neat. I like that. That could potentially be a game ender right there, especially if you already have some of the setups like the Bling Bot, the old SPR, SR that could, I believe, give them double strike. No, there's a 5 drop that can give them double strike. The SPR gives something else. So depending on what you have on the field, this could be like a game march when you resolve it. And now we're to the last of the new cards. You got the Big Gete Star, Nightmarish Generation. It's a field. Permanent. This card is also treated as Big Gete Star in all areas. Activate main, burst 1 for 1 energy. Switch this card to rest mode. Leave the top 3 cards of your deck. Play up to 1 infinite multiplication meta cooler amongst them. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in case you're not losing them. You're just shuffling them. That's pretty cool. Then it's activate main, which is green, yellow 2. Place up to 1 meta cooler core from your hand under this card. Play up to 1 meta cooler core from your deck or drop area on top of this card, and then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So this is going to be how you cheat out the big bosses and then be able to go for game past that. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. It may not be the most competitive because meta cooler has always kind of been super memey, but these cards are the best meta cooler cards we've gotten in quite some time, so maybe the vibe will be different. I'm going to be putting it together across the next couple days so I can give you guys a archetype breakdown and show you guys how that would probably play out. But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for these. Let me know what you guys think. And like I said, if you like the content, think about hitting that subscribe button. And we will be back tomorrow with the first cooler video for the rest of Green. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I will see you the very next time inside Join Universe X. Later.